Hey everyone, William John Raitt back with another episode of Design and Invest. We're going to do another episode where I show you a day in my life. Today we got to go to a lot of job walks for one client in particular. I think probably 6 or 7 different job sites that are deep into construction. I just need to check in. They're going to be quick stops, just make sure everything's on track. And if they need my attention, I'll address a few items and take notes and show you a few things. So let's get going. I got a crazy diet I started. My New Year's resolution was obviously to lose some weight. I started to gain it all back. Last year I lost 30 pounds. And my New Year's resolution last year was to keep it off. I kept it off until about September, but then I started falling apart around the holidays, which is expected. So now I'm just sort of checking myself and packing my food and just doing it right. Already 10 pounds down, and hopefully I'll lose another 15, and that's my goal. So let's rock and roll. Oh, you gotta go. I gotta stop off real quick. My team needs a desk that's 4 feet for a space that we have on a stage that we did yesterday. The one that they brought was too big, and everything that we have at the warehouse is not the right size. So I'm at one of my little local eateries, as I call them, to come and pick something off real quick. This place is amazing. I'm not gonna give you all my secrets, but this is way cheaper than wholesale pricing here. Just liquidation, returns. In the past, I've bought like several boxes. If you look over here, you see all these boxes. These are all returned items. And they have thousands more boxes that I buy just by the pallet, by the container. You know, last time I made a purchase of like 350 boxes, valued at over $100,000 for $10,000. You know, of course, I don't know what's inside the boxes. It could be a bunch of crap, but I do know it's a bunch of this stuff, this furniture. So today we're just grabbing a quick desk. We're gonna have my team come pick it up, and then we're gonna get it back on the road. Okay, so this is the desk we're gonna grab. It's exactly 4 feet, so it'll fill the spot that we need, and it is only 91 bucks. You can't beat that price. So, rock and roll. Alright guys, so we are doing some New Year's catching up. This is for one of my most important and best clients. Today, mainly we're going to be spending time visiting their job sites, seeing how things are progressing. This one here, I haven't visited it for about a month because of the holidays. So now I'm just playing catch up, trying to see where we're at. Right now, this is Highland Park. This is the Idell property. It's 10 units, small lot, subdivision. And also, this used to be the site, you know, a few years ago of where I parked my containers and had my the sort of the start and explosion of my staging business. This client let me park, you know, 8 storage containers here on this lot. during the planning process, and that allowed me to grow my business without having the overhead of a warehouse space. And so just getting creative, I stored all my furniture in these containers and worked on this lot, in the dirt, literally, when I would pull the products out, get them ready for the stage and head out. Now, of course, I have a warehouse and, things have really amped up and gone in a good direction, but this was the start basically of my staging. But let's jump in, check on the progress, and see how things are going at this particular property. I'll also include some renderings for each one of these jobs that I visit today to show you what it's going to look like when it's finished. The estimated sales price of each one of these units is going to be about $1 million, I would say, maybe just a hair under, maybe 950, 900 in that range. And they're going to be nice, modern, really up and coming neighborhood, very gentrified, and this developer is going gangbusters over here. So let's rock and roll. Particular property doesn't need that much of my attention at this stage. We're not going to be here very long. The framing is still underway. It's not completed yet. The rough plumbing, as you see, is being started, but only the basic beginnings of. So really when I'll be needed is when we start doing the rough electrical, the actual rough plumbing, the valves, things like that, so I can catch mistakes being made or placement issues. I prepare lighting plans for each one of these properties, make sure those are being followed, as well as renderings, to make sure like, hey, that window doesn't look right or this and that, because a lot of times the plans will say something different than what is proposed in the design books, and so it's important for me to stop in from time to time in these different key stages. For sure, once the framing is done, I'll do a framing walk with the clients on this property to go through each unit in detail and make sure that if there's any adjustments needed, or if we see something that we didn't catch, oh, hey, look at the view, it's not captured out of this window, let's do an on-site change, let's make this window, let's shift it over 3 feet, 2 feet, as long as shear walls and other things aren't affected, then it won't be a problem. But you definitely want to be as hands-on as a designer as you possibly can. This one, like I said, I'm just playing catch-up. It's been over a month since I've been at this property, so I just want to see where everything's going. Same thing for the rest of today. I'm going to dedicate today and take you on this journey for this particular client that I have a high volume with, to see where all of his projects are at, so I can get up to speed, take my notes, and be on my way. Okay, now we're at a property in Silver Lake, which borders to Elysian Park, just under Dodger Stadium. Really popular neighborhood, beautiful views. This is a duplex front house, small front house, and a big badass back house, as you see here. We refer to this property as Slope. And it's really difficult to build when you have these kind of hillside homes. Tons of soils engineering, tons of planning, retaining walls. I mean, you name it. It takes a really long time. I think this has been 3-4 years, like 3 years almost. And it's kind of, been on the back burner. So now it's almost finished. The cabinets are starting to go in. The drywall is being finished up, and you know, just sort of the finishing stages. I think this will be done in probably about a month, and then I'll stage it, and you know, we'll push forward on all that. But we're just checking in on the progress of it right now. So let's go inside and show you around. Okay, so here we are in the back house, and this is really the creme de la creme of the property. Really badass level right here. This is the entertainment level. Over here we have a small sitting room as you get up to the top floor. Views of the Elysian Valley over there. Over here we have the kitchen, the island, floating shelves. Across the way, underneath this window is likely where we're going to be putting the dining table. So dining right here, floating in the middle. There's still plenty of walk space to walk past. And then over here, we have the den, and back here a private little deck as well. So we'll stage all this area real nice, tricked out with some string lights and, you know, some fun sort of party atmosphere. But it's pretty cool property. So some of the design elements here, I'll point out to you. We did white smooth stucco. It needs another coat, some touch-ups after the rains here. It got a little leaks and streaks and stuff, so we need to seal it and acid wash it and seal it. Black aluminum windows. We are doing speakers on the exterior, interior, linear diffuser, air ducts inside, and engineered wood floors, smooth coat drywall, so no orange peel. All right, guys, we are now at the Lucille property in the heart of Silver Lake. All the walkability right here, Hoover Street. I mean, this is the heart of Silver Lake. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful structure. We have a big, badass front house and 2 units in the back. It's a 3-unit small lot, and it's God. I don't even know what the price is going to be on this. At least I would say $1.5 million for the front house and $1 million each for the back houses. Check this out too. Parking's always terrible out here. That's why I have a little tiny car. You see, look at that. Right now we're smacking a dad of no parking. So shot my little car up over there. We're only gonna be here for a few minutes, so benefits of my little tiny car comes in really handy when I'm going job site. It really helps out. Okay, so this property is moving along nicely. All the windows are in. It's all framed up. Everything's complete there. All the roughs are going in. I'm gonna check on the roughs a little bit here, take some notes on any changes I see that may be needed, and we'll show you some renderings of this property that we did, of how it's gonna look when it's finished, and a little tour of the framing and job walk. Notes I want to talk to you, the viewer, about on modern design and things like that. You know, typically you want to take advantage of all the vastness as much as humanly possible, high ceilings and and clean lines and all of those things. But a lot of times it's really difficult when you're maximizing every square inch of a house like this to find room for ducts and vents and plumbing from the bottom floor to the top, or so what I do a lot of times is we'll do soffits. Like this soffit right here is very multi-purposed. It houses the AC ducts, it houses the drain pipes, it houses the low voltage wiring. I mean, you name it. It's very it serves a purpose. But by carrying it like we did the whole stretch, it looks like it's on purpose. Nobody would ever think when you come into a house like this, like, oh, what is that? It just looks like a design detail. And we're also gonna drop in some lights underneath those to sort of downlight those areas. Maybe some track lighting as well for some like art walls if there's any soffits in areas like that. And this here is the kitchen, so it frames in the kitchen really nicely. We'll take the cabinets straight to the bottom of those soffits, so it looks super clean. And but you know, a lot of times it's really, really hard, like I said, to find spaces to carry those through. So soffits, chases, always a good idea for these kind of designs. This house, we did really tall ceilings. You see that all of the speakers are pre-wired, all the linear diffusers are in place. This place is ready to close up, and when it starts closing up, it goes really quick. So I want to make sure I catch anything now. If there's a receptacle or a light socket or something, or a speaker that's out of place, the symmetry is not working, the junction box, I mean, whatever the case may be, I want to catch it now before they close the walls up. Then it's that much more work to fix at a later stage. As you probably noticed from a lot of the jobs and posts that I've put, I love using these giant pivot doors, these one light pivot doors. This one will glaze it so you can't see in, only light will be visible outside. But this is, you know, what, a 6 foot by 8 foot pivot door. It creates a lot of drama when you first walk into the house. For this house, we're doing all black windows, matte black finishes throughout, hardwood floors. I mean, we're bringing a lot of really cool elements in here. Caseless door jambs, all the bells and whistles. So back here we have 2 units, not as far along as the front house. These ones just got inspected, I believe, yesterday. The framing, they're good to go. Just put the windows and then close these puppies up. It's gonna go really fast from here. They're gonna have the stucco. It's gonna rain this whole next week, so they're gonna stay away from doing anything on the outside. Focus attentions on the inside. Finish up all the roughs and drywall and then tile and boom, boom, boom. You know, everything starts going really fast at this point. So hopefully there'll be a lot more progress next time I come. Okay, before we head off to the next spot, I want to show you a property directly next door that I helped out a bit on. This developer is a really cool dude. His name is Bill. He built a small lot right next door, 7 units. He calls it the Lucille 7. I staged a bunch of units for him here, and we did Airbnb while he was in the process of selling his units over here as well. Always, I mean, keep an eye on your neighbors, you know, like those could be your best clients too. So I just picked this up because I knew he was next door and it was under construction. So I popped over, introduced myself, told him about my services and what I did, and you know, created some good synergy there. And you know, any job that he needs done from here on out, he's going to look to me. So that's good too. Property here is the Oxford property. This is in Hollywood, right next to Thai Town. Beautiful little pocket. These are the Oxford apartments, 11 units, 3 and 4 bedrooms with roof decks. These are gonna go for a lot of money per month. Super high end, beautiful views of the observatory, Hollywood sign. You have downtown LA on the other side. We're gonna walk around and show you. I don't want to get in their hair too much, so it's gonna be fairly quick. They're full-blown construction mode, so I'm not really needed here. I'm just gonna check it out and take a couple pictures and be on my way. So we're on the 3rd floor right now, 2nd floor actually. Over here you'll see the observatory, Griffith Park Observatory. You see the Hollywood sign. Over here, you can't see it right now, but there's still gonna be 1 more floor and then a roof deck on top. So over here is downtown LA, views of downtown. So these units on this side, this stack, will have views of downtown LA. and partial views of the Hollywood sign and the observatory. But really, that side, that stack right there, those 5 units on that side will have views of a Hollywood sign and the observatory like spot on. But they're going to be the same height, so they might be like conflicting with each other on view. So, but both of them, both sides have amazing views and roof decks. It's going to be just killer when they're done. Okay, so here we are in front of the Serrano property. This is a 5-unit apartment building that's going up. It's going to have, awesome views of, again, the observatory downtown, the Hollywood sign. All 5 of these will have those views. These are going to be, this is still just the first floor. They're starting the second floor right now. We'll walk over there in a second, but I just want to give you a view of sort of its surroundings. We're going to basically block that entire building's views, which is shitty for them, good for us, but that's LA, that's what happens. This is literally just around the corner from the Oxford property and a few other properties that I'm working on in the neighborhood in Hollywood adjacent to Thai Town. So let's go in and check it out. This neighborhood is notorious for its bad parking. People just pile up on each other, block driveways. It's really bad. So when designing this property, we made sure to put as much parking as humanly possible, so that way it's desirable for the renters. So I just wanted to show you this real quick. This is the property, a lot that my client had bought not too long ago, and he'll be building about 40-unit apartment building right here. And these are the creme de la creme views. You're right off of the 101 freeway and the Santa Monica exit in Hollywood. The views of the Hollywood sign, observatory, downtown LA, the trifecta, and this is gonna be like, I think, 5 stories high, and God, I mean, rooftop pool, and just it's gonna be really, really freaking cool. And right now they have a billboard on the property too. That's basically gonna be another like 4 floors up. They're gonna try to build another billboard. I'll try to insert some renderings that we have that we're actually currently working on. They're not finalized, but I'll throw in some so you can see how it's sort of shaping up. We're still deep in the planning process of this particular lot. Also, I had my containers parked in this lot up until last week for the past few months, just sort of overflow containers, but I ended up selling them. They're just kind of a hassle, just getting a bigger warehouse space. So, but yeah, let's go on to the next property. Okay, we are currently at the Victory 2 and 3 property here in North Hollywood. This is a small lot subdivision, 27 units. They're just trenching right now, working on the forming. Unfortunately, it's gonna rain this coming week, so they're gonna come over here and try to tarp up whatever they can to get this protected from the rain that's coming. But it shouldn't be too bad. If they have to bring a few sub pumps after the fact, it should dry up pretty quick. But I'm not really needed here. I just thought I'd stop by because I was in the neighborhood and I really wanted to check out the, I haven't been here since they demoed it. So it's looking pretty damn impressive. It's going to be a really fun project. They're going to do a model home at the end, and I love sales, and I really kill the close. So they're going to throw me in one of those units when they, just for fun really, but I'll make some money too. But to discuss finishes, design details, basically, just like any small lot subdivision, like the big guys, the KB Homes, they have their model home, and then they'll sell you on all the finishes and upgrades and things like that. So that'll be the sales office, and I'll be posted up in there, working hard in the very near future. They're going to crank out the front one pretty quick, and then as the other ones are being built thereafter. But let's go to the next property. This is Victory 1, and that's in Van Nuys. guys, last stop of the day. We are in Van Nuys. This is the Victory 1 property. It's a 9-unit apartment building, and it's pretty close to being completed. The stucco's all done, windows are in, the drywall is supposed to be all in. Staging will go down fairly soon here. Outside always looks crazy, so this is going to be the last thing that gets done. Inside, we're going to go check it out and see how things are looking. And this particular project is not an easy build. We've been doing it for quite some time. Subterranean parking, it has an elevator. It's a pretty big build, so this took quite some time, but it's almost there. They're starting to do a little pre-marketing, if you see it on the top, with the flyer, with the banner and such. So they're trying to pre-lease these units before they finish it up. A lot of the buyers, when you go to put a property like this on the market, a lot of the buyers will require that you rent out all of the units before you close the escrow on a sale like this, so that way you get the rent roll and just for financing purposes. So that's probably what they're going to do here. I'm probably going to be staging at least a couple model units, and they're going to be soliciting the rest of the units out for lease, and hopefully they'll lease it out real quick and get this puppy sold. So let's go inside and check it out. Looks like they still got a ways to go here, probably another couple weeks at least. I'm checking out for the day. It's almost dark. Got to get home to my kid, cook some dinner. Remember, design, invest, and repeat.
Daddy! Daddy!
What's up, baby?
Daddy! Daddy!
What's up? Give me a hug. Take a hug. I love you, baby.
I love you.
Oh. Take a kiss. Kiss.